So hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. Today I'm with one of my good friends, Mahdi, and we're in Barcelona. And today we'll be talking about friendships and the impact that they have on you as a person and how they change through time and through age and how you mature through them. So just wanted to give you guys a chance to get to know Mahdi first, so short intro if you can.
Thanks. So hi guys, my name is Mahdi. I'm a third year student at the University of Warwick studying chemistry and currently on my time abroad in Barcelona. I'm more than happy. Thanks for having me on your podcast, Mustafa, and let's get started.
So I wanted to start with before uni. So during school, how did you feel like the friends you had impacted not only how you did academically, but you know, the sort of things you did every day socially, whether that's sports related or just talk to me a bit about before uni.
So I'd say before school, before uni at school, I had one really close friend of mine. He knows who he is, and I definitely felt like we had a healthy competition. I always felt like we always wanted to be better than each other throughout school, especially during GCSEs, A-levels. And that kind of friendship is really, good in a way. I think they can easily turn bad as well. You don't want it to become toxic, but if you're on good terms and you're good friends, it can be really competitive. And you want to do well, and it's really important to have friends like that, because you don't want your friends to be the type of people to drag you down. You want them to push you on and become better and get places you want to be, where you want to be.
I feel like it's actually understated how much of an impact it does have, because as kids we always think at school that it doesn't really have an impact, and that okay, we'll study when we need to kind of sort of thing. But I think subconsciously more you realize more and more as we get older that the people you surround yourself with are, a lot of the reason why what you are today, why you become what you are today. So would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, 100%. For sure. Without him, I don't know if I would have, without trying to be too, up myself. I'd say I'm quite naturally smart, but without having that drive, from someone else,
you need that push.
I don't know if I would have, done well in my GCSEs to then go to a good school, and then do well in my A-levels to then come to a good university and study, a subject like chemistry. I don't know if that would have been the case if I had surrounded myself with people who. The thing is, you can't say that as well, because I was about to say if you surround yourself with people who don't do as well academically, but that doesn't mean that they're bad people.
Of course.
It just means that their strengths lie within other things.
And maybe their goal is not academics. That's not what defines them, or they define as success, as academic success. I think it differs, but more so I meant if your goals are aligned with the kind of friends you have, that maybe would help.
So for sure, my instilled when I was really young, my mum especially and my dad, really wanted all me and my siblings to go to university and become educated. They came to England to give us the opportunity. Or for the easy opportunity to get really educated and do well and become comfortable. And one way to do that is through education. And so happened to be that me and my friend, we had similar goals in that aspect, and it helped us in this case to to get to where we wanted to be, and it was really good. And we were together up until A-levels, and obviously we didn't go to the same university, but I think that it gave me, just growing up and being around certain people, gave me the mindset to want to achieve and to want to do really well. Obviously that comes within as well.
I was going to ask you, what do you think the balance is between influence from people and also your own sort of moral compass that you have, that we all have,
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely within you,
Yeah.
Like I think everyone inherently wants to do well.
Yeah.
In whatever they want in
Yeah.
their life, whether that be academics, whether that be anything, sport. I think everyone can have that inside. Just they need the motivation and they need the environment. I think environment, whether that be your family, but if you don't get that from your family, then it for sure can come from your friends.
Yeah.
And then if you're around people who, like your friends aren't that good environment, sometimes it's good to just be alone for a little bit and just get yourself in that headspace, and then usually you'll find people who will align with like your energy and like what you want, and those people will sometimes find you. So that's definitely 3 things. Deviate a little bit, but everyone, I think it's got to be like 50-50. Because sometimes the people who you surround yourself with aren't always going to be there. For one, so like if you're alone for a certain period of time, you got to have that inherent like desire to like achieve again in whatever that may be, because those people aren't always going to be there, and you can't expect them to be there.
Of course. So do you feel like when you get to uni, or when we sort of go from school to uni, it can be seen as quite a daunting change for us? Do you think that? So in a lot of the cases, the friends change completely, right? It's very rare that you stick with the same friends through school and then through uni as well.
Yeah.
Do you think sometimes it can be more difficult when you maybe don't find the sort of people you had at school at uni, or vice versa?
Yeah, I know for sure when I finished school, when I finished sixth form and my A-levels, I was quite comfortable in like my friendship group, and I was only there for 2 years from sixth form, and I found a good group of friends, and I didn't know, like obviously no one knows what comes afterwards. Like I knew that I'd be going to university. I took a gap year, but like it was kind of daunting, I was excited to meet new people and meet different types of people. I knew there would be like people from all around the world and stuff, and I for sure would find my feet. But that can be scary, and that's normal. But it's about stepping out of your comfort zone, and being okay with stepping out of your comfort zone as well.
Yeah, so I wanted to move more into during uni. So a lot of people, find it can be very lucky that they find amazing friends in Freshers Week in their flats, for example, and they just stick with those people. They live with them the next year, and then they just stay with them. Or it could be the opposite, where people don't find the people that they, get along with, for example. I wanted to ask, like, how it was for you, and how was it?
For sure. Uni is such a like interesting place, especially like Uni of Warwick. It's so massive. You get people from all around the country, all around the world come, and it is just lucky dip. Who's in your flat basically in Freshers, like no one can control that.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe if you knew anyone before coming to uni, personally, I didn't know anyone in my year that was going to Uni of Warwick. I knew some people who were in the year above me because I took a year out, and in that sense I felt okay, like I do know at least some people here. But I didn't know anyone going in, and I was just put myself head first. And personally, like I felt like I made a good group of friends in first year. Had a lot of fun. Obviously disrupted by COVID. But like throughout my university life, like I've met so many different people, and everyone's being great, and but like you speak to some people more, you lose touch with some other people. Some people go different ways,
which is normal, which is
completely normal.
Because I wanted to say that, like, for me, as you know, it was weird because coming in, I didn't really know anyone from my school, especially that was like, there was a couple of people from my grade, but close friends from my group, there was no one. And it was a bit difficult because all of the others in that group had someone at their uni in the group itself. So it was a bit daunting at first. And I think I remember in Freshers Week, it was quite a coincidence, honestly, that I ended up going to uni with 3 of my closest friends from childhood that I studied with in Karachi. And honestly, I would have never probably been even close to those people ever again if I hadn't gone to uni. And it shows you, I think, how unpredictable sometimes things can be, but in the end it works out well because now you know those people very well as well, and we're all a big group, so it works out for the best. But at the time it can be, very daunting.
For sure. Do you think that if you never met them or they didn't come to this uni, you would have found friends and you would have got as close with them?
I feel like it's hard to say because
obviously it's hard to predict.
It's hard to predict, but I feel like it would have been very different because I remember in first year I wasn't that close to the people in my flat because when I arrived like 3 or 4 days late into Freshers Week, so they already had their own groups. They weren't really that close as a flat, so they kind of had their external groups, and I was lucky that I kind of had that too. But if I didn't have that, I guess you do make friends.
You would have,
I would have probably put in more effort. I think one thing that we talk about is that, all of our friends, is that in first year maybe we didn't make as much effort because I didn't know you in first year, but I feel like us personally, we kind of stayed in the comfort zone a little bit because when I found those 3
you found
friends,
them super quick, super early
exactly,
on.
Exactly. So we made friends with their flat, and we have a core group that we've kept till today, but maybe we could have joined more societies and done more, I don't know, sports or something like that to make more friends. I don't know how it was for you in first year, but
I mean in first year,
what were your avenues of making friends?
So in first year, it was obviously the first people I met were my flatmates, and then through my flatmates meeting other people, okay, I'm going to this place, come with, or whatever, I can introduce you. Joined a couple of societies, some sports societies and some cultural societies, and then met some people through there, people who I still speak to now, so I'm really close with now. But it's mainly university is just one of those places. It's oh, you know this person, okay, oh, I know that person too, oh, you know this person, I know that person too.
Do you feel like it's more networking or academic?
I think parts of uni, networking or academic, or would you mean networking?
What do you think the benefit after is? Is it more the people you meet or the studying you do? Or is it obviously both, but what plays
What's the benefit
of
uni?
Yeah, the benefit of uni overall.
I think when I came to uni, I just thought to myself, okay, I'm going to uni to get a degree, do you know? I had never had the inclination or thought that I'm going there to network and meet people, or people who will potentially become this type of person or this type of person, or become or join this type of profession. I never had that idea, and I only realized this when I got to uni, and it was maybe first or second term, and people start getting LinkedIn and all these and this kind of platform, and start sharing oh, I've had the greatest honor and pleasure to have done this, or and at first I thought it was ridiculous, but then soon afterwards I realized these guys are hustling in a different way, and you got to keep up with that. But in terms of friendships, that just felt so fake to me. Do you know,
of course.
Are you meeting this person just because you're trying to network them and trying to
you want more
try and get a connection,
way.
or you actually want to be my friend? Which is it? And then that kind of puts your barriers up in a way. But Warwick is definitely that kind of uni where you just don't know what type is there someone networking or not? But I think the benefit of uni, to get back to your question, is if you're inclined to that way, you can network and meet so many different people and make good friends. But I think networking, you should become good friends with that person to then network.
Not the other way around.
In a positive way. Rather than I could have met someone who got a really a position at somewhere like that was really good. Like, but I spoke to him once or twice. Like, is that really like a network link, or is it like I can't then message him like next year or something and be like, yo, like, hit me up, you know, try hook me up with something, like, like it doesn't can't work like that.
But do you feel like so I think in applying for all these like jobs that has been going on in like in the final year, sometimes the friends we have actually really helped because they've gone through similar things, and maybe you see, for example, for me personally, I've seen people that are putting in maybe harder, a lot more work than me, and I can use that as inspiration, as an example. And you identify that, but then again, it's maybe a double-edged sword. You see the opposite, and like you say, okay, and let me just enjoy my final year. Right.
I think uni, like, it goes two ways. Like, there's like a few scenarios at uni. If you're gonna go for the classic, you know, Warwick, you apply for spring week. You apply for like one spring week in first year. You convert that to some internship, and then you convert that to a job, and like you're just chilling throughout the whole time.
For the rest of the time.
Or you're another type of person who applies for like a million things in their first, second, and third year and get nothing. Like, it's just complete potluck. But I guess like the people who, if you're on that second bracket, like, you have to really I think you really have to be surrounded by people who can help you. Do you know what I mean? Like say if someone's applying for like a job position and you're doing like one of them online assessments. You know, you can really help each other out in that way to like try and get through these like hurdles and barriers there are to get like certain positions. There's a lot of them, especially nowadays. This like filtering process
with the increased competition.
And it just, there's so much competition that, like, okay, like, you understand they need to do that, but like, when you do have, like, a group of friends that can help you can help each other, like, get past these barriers and hurdles, you know, to at least put yourself in a position where you can interview. Like, I think that's invaluable, do you know what I mean? Like, it can help a lot, do you know?
I wanted to like relate. So the last episode we did was on stress and academic pressure. So do you feel like what we're talking about right now is like a lot of people maybe getting jobs and maybe getting things? Do you think that it could also work in the other way, that you kind of feel demotivated and you feel like, okay, I'm working harder than X, Y, Z, but I'm not, you know, getting the same. So why is that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's natural. You know, like if you, that's like getting rejected or failing, like, and having that feeling is completely normal.
But you learn a lot from that.
You know, but it's really like, failure's fine. It's really just about where you learn from failure, and then or rejection, and actually make like some use out of it. Everyone knows this, you know, like you can either, you know, get rejected and be like, cry about it and
just
be upset, give up, and you can look at other people and be envious and be this and that, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're on your own journey, you're on your own path. Like, just learn from them. If anything, like, ask them what they did differently, and try and like improve for the next time or whatever, and just know that it will work out. And like, if you're putting in the time and effort and hours, even if it takes 3, 4, 5 times as long as someone else, like, it doesn't matter. Like it can be peak, it can be like really shit, but like it's just one of those things, you know. You know, like some people have head start, some people are a bit behind, but like it just doesn't,
for different reasons.
Exactly.
Coming with different, I don't know, like financial backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, all of that.
Exactly. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're really driven and like you really want to get somewhere, you put all of that to one side and you're just like, okay, fuck it, like, I'm gonna do it. Like, like, it's not, there's no point looking at something like that. You got to do with what you're given. You know?
For sure.
And that's it, you know.
I just wanted to transition into like sort of after uni, and So obviously we know that friends will change, and it's just, I guess, change is a constant always, and we know this, and it's sometimes harder to obviously process it than just know it, obviously. But do you feel like it's difficult to sort of say bye? We were talking about this actually earlier today, and saying bye to friends, having gotten to know them very well in 3 years, and then becoming really close, and then everyone sort of disperses.
It goes their own way. Yeah, saying goodbye, like...
How was it for you at school, like, for example?
I mean, everyone went their own way at school. Some people went to the same unis, obviously, but... Yeah, it's bad, like, it's upsetting, but again, it's just one of those things that happen. And it's just about, like, okay, do you stay in touch? If you stay in touch, and obviously, like, what you had was real, like, your friendships, your relationships were real. If you don't, like, stay in touch at all, like, like, some people stay in touch in different ways, whether that be speaking once every month or something. It doesn't mean you're, like, any worse friends, but it just means that you have a different, you communicate in a different way. Like, if that meaningful, like, friendship relationship stays, then you can be sure that, like, it's okay, like,
of course.
You know, like, if anything, when you see them again, like, it'll be
the
better or the same, you know? It's upsetting, but c'est la vie, it's life, you know, like...
Because, like, we have a lot of friends that, like, communicate differently. Like, this is people we would talk to every single day. And then we consider others who are just as close, but only speak to, like, exactly. Once every few weeks.
For sure. Yeah, it's completely normal. Again, it's just what you do about it. You'll meet, like, thousands of people in your life, or hundreds, or whatever. Like, like, you're gonna make friends, you know, depending on what you do and where you go. You're not always gonna be together. I mean, it's great if you are, but but like, it's just, it's always hard saying bye, but, like, you know, it's never easy.
I think you should also, like,
if it's hard, then it means that, like, you had,
it was meaningful.
You know,
if it's easy, if you're looking forward to it, then it's obviously wasn't good for you.
For sure.
And do you feel like the type of friendships that we make in the future will be different because of the fact that maybe we're working, or maybe doing masters, for example, although that's still at uni, but I'm talking more work-life related. Do you feel like it'll become more of a work relationship than it will be what it is now for most of us?
I think, I mean, at university, again, it's like it's a really unique place where a lot of, like, students, like, can kind of dictate their own time, and you choose who you hang out with and stuff. Whereas at work, depending on what you would do and where you work, that's not the case. You know, you get put in a team, and you either like or you don't like them. You know, like, it's. But the thing is, even if you don't like them, it doesn't matter. Like, you got to be professional and get on with it. And again, it's just that if you see that person out of work, then you probably will be friends with them.
Try to get to know them.
Get to know them differently. It's like school. Like, I see work more like school. You know,
rather than uni.
Like, uni's a separate thing.
I see what you mean.
Where school is like, okay, you go to school, you see these people every day, and then you go home. If you see these people outside of school, you communicate with them outside of school, then you're friends. You can still definitely make meaningful relationships at work. But it'll be different.
So I just wanted to, that's all I wanted to talk to you about, and wanted to thank you for firstly inviting me here to Barcelona.
My pleasure.
And it was great to talk to you about this topic, and hopefully we can do something.
For sure. Good luck with the podcast, my friend.